Ahoy, sailors! Welcome to the second and final part of Salty Spring 2025. When next we meet, we'll be returning to Barovia and the Strahdcast. But that doesn't mean our seafaring sojourn is over. We'll continue to build on this story and these characters, and if that's something you're interested in hearing, head on over to our Patreon. Check the description or stick around until after the episode to hear more about that. We hope you've enjoyed this little detour as much as we've enjoyed making it. Thanks as always for listening, and be sure to like or subscribe or leave a review or whatever's most relevant to whichever platform you're listening on right now. Enjoy the finale of Salty Spring with Darkened Tides Episode 2, Barroom Blitz.
Wow.
I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh my gosh.
Claudio.
That is a 16 on the die for a 23.
Ooh. Sabina.
19 on the die for a 22.
Pippa.
18 on the die for a 21.
Meyz.
It was a fat natty 20 for a 23.
Wow! What's your dex?
It's hot.
16.
16. What's your dex?
Same.
Okay. Who else?
She got the natty 20. I'm going to give it
All right, let's give it to. Let's give it to. Yeah.
That 20 trumps all. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's get. Great. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Great. Fabulous. So immediately the bar room erupts into a rancorous brawl. As soon as the bottle breaks, it's like the bell in a boxing match. As soon as the bottle is broken, everyone in the room is on their feet. Please place yourselves. You can see the tavern laid out before
Goodness.
Oh my
Here's the bar.
gosh.
Meyz, do you want to be this duck?
As an ancestor to the ducks, I would love to.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm over by the bar.
Yeah, I think I was tending to the gentleman who fell as he entered.
I think you're all centrally located with this gentleman now.
We were on
yeah.
our way out, right?
Oh, yes, we were
by
about
the
to
door,
roll
right?
out.
We're by the door because the kid came in and fell there.
It erupts into rancor. Immediately, a barroom brawl erupts. 6 of these patrons all, it starts out with just the 2 initial combatants, but then everyone is up and chairs are going flying and bottles are being broken and fists and elbows are flying. It's not long before it escalates into an all-out brawl, and all of you are kind of caught up in it. You don't necessarily have to fight, and this is not, and everyone is still at this point, like, nobody's drawn a sword or anything at this point. It's mostly like improvised weapons and fists at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
But it's up to you what you want to do.
Down in the corner said, "Bye, I want you way to turn into a barroom blitz."
Barroom Blitz.
Barroom Blitz.
Oh, it's like lightning!
Everybody was frightening.
And the music was soothing.
Give me Wilhelm.
And they all started grooving.
That's soothing.
Here we go. Ready? Where's the music? I have it. Hold on. Shut up. Don't worry about it.
It's Ballroom Blitz.
I was holding.
Barroom Blitz.
Shut up. It's coming. Shut up.
holding.
Shut up.
You ready, Tim? Oh, yeah.
We can do 8 seconds of that, and then we'll have to cut away.
Yeah, right?
That's it! All of you! And the barroom erupts into a brawl. Immediately, everyone is on their feet, throwing hands and fists, and you are all caught in the tempest of swirling fists. Thug number 6 somehow is going first. What? Here we go. We'll say it's the half-orc.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
He's gonna charge towards you, Meyz, immediately, and he's just gonna start throwing hands. He is going to run towards you wildly, but only gets a 9 to hit.
Nowhere close.
Which will miss. So he cocks back a huge haymaker, but he telegraphs it too much.
Casual head slide.
Yeah, just like a snake coming out of a basket. You just move graciously out of the way. Second attack is going to be 8 to hit. So he throws these 2 haymakers, which he expects to just knock you clean on your ass, and you deftly worm your way out of both. He's like, "What the fuck?" And that brings us to you, Meyz.
This is a waste of violence. We do not need to engage in this. And so, firstly, with my bonus action,
Yes.
I'm going to enter my form of dread.
Whoa!
So you see, yeah.
Either that or
Either one, depending.
Yeah. The shadows deepen. The light darkens in the room for a second as wet wisps of pale white shed snakeskin wrap and writhe around Meyz's form, obscuring her from sight as a fanged maw of decayed and desiccated whites encases her head. Her yellow eyes switched to a dazzling, sickly green as the magic of her undead patron manifests itself around her. I'm gonna get a little bit of temporary hit points here, just for shiggles.
Yeah, the half-orc takes a tentative step back. Oh my god, dread serpent!
And with my action,
She says that's racist.
with my action, I'm going to summon my pact weapon. So that empty gauntlet on her left wrist, not her right one, the left one. A ghostly blue-green blade emerges, a short sword, but tied to the wrist instead.
Yes.
Glowing with a sickly sea teal color. And she will say, "This is needless. Stop the violence or suffer." And I'm just going to attempt to intimidate people into what...
Sure, yeah, okay. Great, give me an intimidation check.
All right.
Yeah, this will be your action.
Sure,
And
sure.
we'll, yeah, great,
Yeah, I'm not attacking, I'm just readying and looking.
I mean, that's a pretty shocking sight, so I buy it.
Yeah.
So I buy it.
Yeah. All right, that is... it's only a total... Oh, wait, no. It's a total of 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you take on this ghastly form. I'm going to give a saving throw to all three of these fellas in front of you. Okay, great. So I'm going to say two of them, and all three of these in front of you as you appear in this ghastly visage. Take a step back. The half-orc stands strong, as does one of his companions.
Sure.
But another one, a red-haired, slim lad, really cut and tightly muscled, but very thin. His eyes go wide. His pale skin goes even paler, bringing out the magnitude of his ginger beard. And he says, "Oh, God, I didn't sign up for this, Rufus!" And he flees
Yeah.
out the front door. Unless anybody wants to do anything, he's gonna flee the fight.
No. Meyz has now stood up to her full 6'10" height.
Yeah.
As much as she possibly can.
Yeah. Okay, great. Anything else, Meyz?
That's it.
That's going to bring us to thug number 5. He's standing right there. So the half-orc goes to number 5 to his fellow, gives him a sort of like crack upside the back of the head, and says, "Come on, we-faced wuss! Don't be lily-livered, you scoundrel! Get her!" And his fellow is going to go forward and attempt to grapple you, Meyz. So I need an athletics or acrobatics check from you.
We'll do acrobatics. Oh, that was almost good. Total of 10.
He got a 21.
Damn.
Jesus.
So he tentatively at first unwilling to touch this like decaying shed skin visage around you. He finds his courage, closes his eyes, tosses his head back, and just like swings his arms out and manages to wrap around you. That'll be his turn. Pippa, you are up. Claudio, you are on deck.
All right. I'm so excited. I'm gonna run back over to the bar, 1 foot up on a stool, hop up on the bar top, and grab my little glass of port and throw it back, and then smash the glass on the bar and point to one of the guys who was initially instigating. Mm-hmm. And as that smashes, and I point, and I'm just gonna go, and and then I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Great. Yeah, we'll do it on
that guy.
number 1 right there. How about?
On number 1. So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-huh.
I get got.
Counting that 4, that's a 4.
Who knows 4?
he falls into a fit of laughter, falls prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand for the duration. He can make the save again at the end of each of his turns with another wisdom saving throw, but he is giggling.
Cool. So we're gonna say that's one of the from the other table. Like that's one of the guys, the dwarves and men who got up. Because it's a free for all at this point.
It's turned into a barroom blitz.
It's a barroom blitz. But yeah, one of these fellows drops to his feet with uproarious laughter, like he's been Joker gassed.
Nice.
And his companions look kind of horrified to either side, back down at him.
Nice. And then, so I see him fall, and I, clap my hands with glee, pull my fiddle off my back, and I hit just a single note that sounds like a cat in heat.
Oh.
And I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Sabina.
Sick!
Nice.
Sick! Campbell makes a really good bard.
Let's fucking go.
So you get a D6, Sabina.
Awesome. Cool.
Great. Anything else, Pippa?
That's it.
Claudio, you're up.
Claudio will look at number 4 and immediately will use his thieves' cat and will start to sign language him.
That's fabulous. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, you've thrown off the thieves' groove.
Sorry.
What is his response?
He steals second base.
Why don't you give me a performance check?
This is kind of a free action. Like thieves' cat, it's like a language. It's sign language is technically.
I'm gonna call this an action. But what are you trying? Yeah, what do you? No, but it's great. It's great. It's great.
It's worth it.
to distract him. I'm just trying to distract him.
It's definitely worth it.
Then I'm gonna fuck him up.
You're
Tell
going
me
to give
when you'll
him
let
the
me get
swing
away
away.
with
Yeah.
All right, we'll call it a.
Cunning action.
The reset.
I was thinking about. It's not. I'll give it to you. It's not something you're going to be able to replicate all the time, but I'll give it to you as a bonus action.
I mean, we're in the middle.
I'll give it to you a bonus action. How about that? Yeah. So why don't you give me a performance check?
Okay.
Watch yourself, McCoy.
Sure. That's a 18. 16 on the die, plus 2, 18.
Okay, great. He is absolutely befuddled. I'll give you advantage on your next attack.
Fantastic. And with that, Claudio pulls out this silver, beautiful rapier of a blade and goes to cut his pants off at the waist.
Roll the hit.
I don't know what I expected.
Okay, that's an 18 and a 17 on the die.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. And
Roll damage on his belt.
yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what his pants damage is, but but because of rakish
audacity.
rakish audacity, technically number 1 is not threatening me because they are in a fit of laughter.
That's true.
Number 4 is directly in front of me.
That's true.
I would get my sneak attack.
That's true.
So,
Nice.
And that means
His pants don't stand a chance.
Roll him away.
Get them trousers.
And I like this. We're going for pants damage, not body damage.
12 damage with the rapier.
Obliterate this guy's
You obliterate. It's just Zorro, these pants.
Right, just pants, overalls, and underwear.
Yeah. So you do a series of quick slashes, and it's like a Square Enix game.
Yeah. It's you go. I'm picturing him going full anime, where it's just background going behind him, just shing shing shing, and then the pants just are.
Yeah, and then for a moment, everything is quiet and stands still, and then just a thin seam appears across the top of his pants, and they just fall around his ankle.
And were you circumcised before?
That's it.
You officially broke down.
This is exactly what I needed today.
Hilarious.
And he's still, for a moment, he doesn't really realize what's happening. He's ready to go, and he's in fighting stance, and then he looks down.
I think Claude is like, looks like you are a little short in the waist, my friend.
And he looks down, and he scrambles to pull his pants back up, and he starts toddling away over to the door out to the balcony. He's
He's gonna go have a
he
thing.
starts toddling out over to the balcony. That's
Acrobatics roll to see if you trip over.
Feeling different.
That's great because Thug 4 is next. So I'm going to say he disengages. And so let's have you go now then, Sabina.
All right, cool. In that case, Sabina, with a squeak and a hiss, crouches to the ground, and she's going to try to cast Gust of Wind to blow Thugs 5 and 6 up against the wall.
Fabulous! Fabulous! Oh, that's fabulous. Okay.
You have a D6 of inspiration if you want it.
Yes.
I think that's a save on their
It will
part.
not serve me for this one
yes.
because it is a save on their part. They have to make a strength saving throw.
Blow these men down.
Oh, I sure will.
And they are trying to beat your... What are they trying to beat?
My save DC of 13.
Great. Okay, here they go. So that's a 6 and a 13 beats it. So we'll say the orc manages to stand, but his companion, is like lifted bodily off of his feet. Well, what's this like? What's this like?
I think it's just that. I think she, like, with feline grace, sort of spins around and crouches down, and just with a quick prayer up to Talos, sends her claws out and blasts at these two ruffians, and one gets swept up in the wind and just like starfish against the wall. And,
blown, lifted bodily, blown back, and just like slams into the wall behind.
Yes, this is concentration. I can maintain it for up to a minute.
So he's just sitting there against the wall,
his,
like,
like,
in a
lips
wind.
are blowing.
Like his lips are blowing back. He's like,
Pushing 3 Gs.
He can try to move against it, but if he tries to move against it, it's half movement. Sabina will then skittishly run to the opposite corner of the bar. That would give Thug number 6 an attack of opportunity if he so chooses.
yes, it would, and he will take it because that is the half orc. 11 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, great. That would bring us to number 3, but he has fled. That'll bring us to number 1, who is laughing hysterically.
He can make a wisdom saving throw.
At the end of his turn? Yeah? Great. Okay, so he's...
You've got a stupid laugh.
From across the room.
She speaks only truth. Okay, a wisdom saving throw, that's a 12.
I do a little jump on the bar, and I look down at him and I say, "It's still funny!"
It is funny! That's going to bring us to number 2.
Claudio. She is starting to scare me.
Just look to your left at Meyz, who is like,
You are also starting to scare me.
no offense.
And that's going to bring us to number 2. Is going to go for you, Claudio. He's going to take a swing at you. He is, you bringing out a sword means he's going to bring out his sword.
Ooh.
Idiots, we've all got swords.
Idiots, we've all got swords. He is going to attack. That's going to be a 18 to hit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. It's not a sword he has. He has a club. A great big club. So 18, he is going to do 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As he kind of gets you in the side.
Dang.
That is the end of the order. We're back to the top. Let's see. Oh, 5 was grappling.
Yeah, me.
I think that means you break free, Meyz,
Hey!
from the grapple with that gust of wind.
My thanks.
So that's going to mean that the half orc this time, he's going to go for you again, Meyz, and says, "You don't scare me. I've seen 100 times worse and face down better." And he's going to make an attack at you, a 19 to hit.
That hits.
He's going to also bring out a...
Each creature that starts its turn in the line of the Gust of Wind must succeed on the DC 13 saving throw.
Or maybe he
I've
doesn't.
faced worse and taken down better. As he charges forward. Yeah, he charges forward to try and take a swing at you, but I think maybe you dodge out of the way again, and he gets, with the momentum of his punch, he gets lifted off his feet and also thrown against the wall. And that's going to be him, Meyz, you're up.
So we've got, 1 and 6 still here?
2 and 1 are still next to you, 5 and 6 are up against the wall with the wind.
That's 2 and 1.
Yep.
All right.
4 is fleeing, 3 is fled.
This is not a good use of my skills, and I will light up that sickly green-blue blade. Fathom, it is called. And I will, it'll glow with a undersea flame, and I will cast Green Flame Blade as I strike with it in a punching motion. Gentlemen here.
Okay, here we go.
So
Roll
here we
away.
Let's go.
Which one, number 2?
Yes, the one. Yeah, number 2, right? That is a total of 17 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
Total of 7 piercing damage to him. 2 fire damage to number 1 as the flame leaps
Dang!
next to him.
Cool.
Yeah, you connect with your blade, and then the flame lances to his fellow.
Oh, and to that first one, since I'm in my form of dread, I would like him to make a wisdom saving throw as I attempt to frighten him.
Fantastic. He is going to get a natural 1.
Yes.
So the green eyes of the snakeskin helm, like that's sort of covering her, flash almost like I imagine like a Medusa's eyes for a second, just kind of like a terrifying paralytic sense to it. So as I stab, just like kind of trying to menace him at the exact same time.
Fantastic. Yeah, you do so, and his eyes go wide with shock and horror as you bear down on him, lancing flame between he and his compatriots, and taking command of this battlefield. He looks terrified.
Fuck off. And
Fabulous.
that's it.
Okay, fabulous. That's going to be number 5, who is up against the wall. Does he have to make his save again?
He does, yeah. And if they start their turn in the
Right.
cone, they have to.
Oh, God! But that's only going to be an 11.
Nope.
So he's fucking stuck there.
Dang!
He's goddamn stuck there. Okay, Pippa, you're up. Claudio, you're on deck.
Oh shit. Okay, so it's just these. Can you describe the situation?
One-
in which 1 and 2 are in?
1 is still laughing and partially inflamed. 2 is
right.
terrified of Meyz. 5 and 6 are both pressed up against the wall by Sabina's gust of wind.
I think we got this.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's pretty
Number
great.
4 is attempting to retreat with his pants around his ankles.
Fucking see.
I've never been so embarrassed in my life.
This is exactly how I wanted this to go.
I'm not sure exactly how frightened will interact with this,
With what?
with whatever I'm about to.
Well, we'll find out.
I know.
But I think I'm seeing 2 like looking up at Meyz and trembling, and I'm gonna jauntily hop off the bar and stride wide strides, arms swinging over to him, and wrap my arms like around him, pinning both of his arms to the sides. And I'll say, "Don't I know you?" And I'm gonna try and cast Charm Person on him.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So it says that if we are actively fighting him, he gets advantage on the save. I wonder, I'm hoping that if he's like responding to Meyz and I'm trying to soothe him, can I do anything to counteract the disadvantage?
I think he would, because he's frightened, disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Well, so it would have disadvantage.
Which is not a save.
Right, yeah. So no.
No. Let's go for it anyway.
Great. So yeah.
So I'm attempting Charm Person.
So he makes a wisdom save, charisma save. What is
That is a Wisdom save.
it? Thank you. And he's gonna make it advantageously.
Be bad.
He got a nat 20.
Uh-oh.
Well, he looks to you, terrified. Oh, interesting. He's terrified. And then here comes this friendly olive branch. And he kind of like catches your eyes. His eyes tear away from Meyz and focus on you.
I do know you. Siren.
I'll not be feast for your chicks. I'll not be dragged back to your nest. And his frightened, I'm gonna say, like I think his fear only enhances.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, great. Anything else, Pippa?
I'll let him go.
Claudio.
Well, that's enough.
Claudio's going to bonus action disengage all the way over here and go for a swing at number.
Does your wind not affect allies, or is it
So
anybody who steps in?
It would, but as written, it's anyone who starts their turn in the wind. So I don't know how that applies to people who enter.
Moving, and he's with it at the moment, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it slide for
Yeah,
now.
he would carry on.
Rides it in.
He's already rolling. Ned proposes something and rolls before anybody can say anything.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay.
Tell me they
Out of the box.
Who are you?
11 points of damage on number 6. So as he goes for the inner thigh, and then up toward to the right arm.
Yikes.
You're gonna kill this guy.
Okay, great. How much damage?
11.
11 points.
Claudio, kill this man! Yeah!
So you leave several cuts across several deft cuts
In the shape of C's.
in the shape of little C's all across his.
Claudio.
Sign your name on his.
Of C on the ass cheek.
Sign your name on his personage. Anything else, Claudio?
I think that's it. I use my bonus action. I use my right. That's
We don't have multi-attack yet.
Nope, not yet.
And
Nope.
rogues don't get it anyway.
Nope, that's it.
Sure don't.
Okay, great. Sabina.
Okay, so I don't want to move because that would change the origin point of the gust of wind. Why don't I instead just throw a... Oh, that's tough.
Sorry, retcon. I am going to take a quick step back.
Okay.
Because you can't make an attack opportunity
Correct.
against me because
Very
of
good,
fancy
very good.
footwork.
You've got some fancy footwork.
Okay.
The fanciest.
I think I'm gonna hold. I think I will just maintain the gust of wind and just like continue to sort of cower behind this table.
Great. Okay. Great. Then, you just maintaining your spell, holding them against the wall.
Yeah.
3 is gone. 1 is gonna make his save. He's gonna fail again with a 7. So he's still laughing. 2 is gonna attempt to run out the front door. If anybody wants an attack of opportunity, you can take it.
I will bare my teeth in his direction, but I will not take it.
Okay, so he starts to run, and as he swings the door open, he is met by a wall of armored bodies as recognizably the town guard spill into the tavern.
Claudio immediately puts his sword away.
Form of dread dissipates.
You know, hut, 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 hut. You know, these, they are armored, each carrying, you know, like in London, the constables, they all have those billy clubs.
Yeah.
They're wielding,
Up, I say.
yeah, they're wielding those. Like, just big, like, planks of wood.
Ta-dan, ta-da, ta-dan, ta-da, ta-dan, ta-da.
And they all start coming in, hut, 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 taking up positions, and immediately, the barman is like, oh shit, and he lifts up a trapdoor behind the bar and immediately slides down.
Oh my god!
Well, that's the end of our shift.
As they come in, they kind of like take up positions around the room. You have pretty handily dispatched all of these brawlers. The two up against the wall. If you do you release your spell or do you keep it going? Yeah, the two up against the wall are like holding their heads. Ugh. Many have fled. That one is still laughing maniacally on the floor.
Claudio looks at one of them and goes, "Oh, that one threw a bottle at me. I'm just here."
Many of the other denizens have either been knocked out or have fled. So you 4 are the only ones left standing.
I sheath my packed weapon.
As the as the town guard filters in, and as they take up positions around the outside of the tavern, a lone figure, you can tell just with more ornamentation, signifying some sort of heightened rank, makes their way into the bar. He steps forward. He looks like, kind of like the fists in Baldur's Gate. You know, he's got like armor on and a sort of like almost a Corinthian style helmet that they wear as he steps in, and he's just like gently kind of batting his club against his palm as he makes his way in. Well, what have we got here? Disturbing the peace, is it?
No, certainly not. Well, there were a few friends having a less than friendly discussion. We were all just sat at the bar. Do you know Deacon?
Matter of fact, I do. What's he to you?
Well, he's, to me, Dad.
Well, something tells me you'll be meeting up with dear old Dad soon enough.
What do you mean?
And he starts like sauntering around. Those of you that may not know me, I am Constable Reams. And it's my job to make sure there's no chicanery about Saltmarsh after the sun goes down. Now, I hate coming to this place. I don't mind a bit of a barroom brawl now and again, but things get out of hand. Suddenly, me and my boys are forced to show up, and when me and my boys are forced to show up, we get a bit cranky, don't we? Don't we, lads? And they all go, yeah, cranky, cranky, yeah.
I'm picturing them as actual, just like a bunch of human thumbs.
Yeah.
Yes. That's not far off.
Spy Kids. Yeah.
And if we're cranky, well, that means whoever's causing us such crank has got to be cranky too. And that looks like you lot.
Constable, this is all getting well out of hand. As from one citizen on the right side of the law to another, we were simply trying to maintain the peace as some ruffians at this admittedly rough establishment were trying to cause a bit of a fuss. Most of us were just here trying to enjoy an evening beverage. And now that the situation is well in hand, thanks to your resplendent presence...
Are you trying to flatter an officer of the law to get out of a crime you've committed?
Heavens no! Just trying to give you some context.
I don't care who started it. You lot are the ones still standing, and I got to be the one to finish it. So why don't you all come with me, huh?
The Constable, what are the laws in Saltmarsh about self-defense in a bar fight?
I got you for armed assault. Defined as any non-fatal attack made with a weapon, along with any other assault or property crimes that cause more than 50 gold pieces in damages, but less than 250. And looking around the place, I'd say that's what I've got you on.
50 gold for a pair of pants?
Sir Constable.
That's Constable Reams to you.
My apologies, Constable Reams. The two gentlemen across the bar over there, and he points to the orcs, and then he points, and the garçon with his pants around his waist over there, and this man here who is laughing in the fit on the floor. They had a dispute about the royalists and the traditionalists. And we, my tabaxi friend, her, and, well, you get the point.
Thank you.
My tabaxi friend, her, and you get the point.
That smacks of gender.
Forgive me, I don't know what your fucking races are.
The three genders, tabaxi, her, and you get the point.
That's it.
You said a mouthful there, sister.
That's the gay agenda.
Friend, I am sympathetic to the poor woes of our fair city. But my job is not to play politics. My job is what to put ruffians in jail. Now come with me while we sort out what to do with yous. I'll put you in a holding cell until someone above my pay grade makes a decision. Come on then.
It's not my first time.
And all of the guys around who have sort of taken up flanks around the position.
All the thumbs.
All the thumbs. They move in kind of a synchronized motion. They take their clubs and they do one beat against their own shoulders and then kind of like throw them forward, ready to go. Hoo, hoo, ha!
I look at the bartender and I go,
He's gone.
I was like, I look for the bartender and he's gone and I go, I guess I don't have to pay my tab again.
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
Is this one of those times we get arrested and we're supposed to go? Because it's where the plot's going, and it would be rather distressing if we didn't.
It is one of those times, but that doesn't mean that you can't resist. It just means it'll take a different course.
Should we quick save now?
Let's quick save and go with the plot.
If it's any comfort, the holding cells aren't so bad. I was there for a few weeks when I first arrived in town. They didn't know what to do with me.
Yes, I've spent many a drunken night in those holding cells. But they do have a couple of spare pillows, so it won't be that bad.
Oh, well, he said something about my father. Maybe we should go. What, he's got him in the... in
Perhaps your father
custody?
is there in the holding cells.
Is he that sort?
Could be.
So we're gonna go.
Claude
We're
will throw his
going.
hands out to the constable and go, "At your leisure, sir."
Right. Come on, pretty boy. And he grabs you by the scruff and tosses you out the door. So, escorted from the empty net across town by the illustrious town guard, you are paraded through the dark streets.
Quite illustrious they are.
Do I recognize any that may have come to the temple of what is its name again?
Procan is the temple to which is the god to which the temple is dedicated.
It's the temple of Procan, but I happen to be a Talos worshiper.
Chaotic evil. He's bad.
It's chaotic evil.
But we did.
In the words of Mistra, Talos can see nothing but a world that must be destroyed. I don't think Sabina knows.
Listen,
that, right?
I don't put anything against you, but you might want to do a little research into this.
Maybe a transition to Procan is of order as we go through the campaign.
Perhaps.
We'll find out.
As progress proceeds.
You said Talos, and I was like, I don't think that means what you think it means.
Well, if you're Procan, all things are
God.
possible, so jot that down.
Well, if Talos were so bad, would he let me do this? Guidance.
I stab somebody.
That actually didn't exactly prove my point.
Case in point.
I think that actually made his point.
Yeah. No, that made his point. His point. Go ahead. Sorry.
Campbell is always such a good student. Sometimes we all will be going on a riff, and I'll look over at Campbell, and she's just patiently waiting, looking at me like,
Never ready.
She's a good student.
I got a lot of little treats that way in my youth.
I see the game you're playing.
But so do I recognize anyone who may have come to the temple?
Why don't give me a investigation or perception?
Okay. Hey-oh, 17.
17, fabulous. Yes, you recognize Herbert Turnblatt.
Fucking
From Hairspray.
Sorry, say that one more time. Herbert
Turnblatt.
Herbert Turnblatt.
Herbert Turnblatt.
You recognize Herbert Turnblatt. He came to the temple bereft because his wife had passed early of fever.
Oh, fuck. Oh, how sad.
And he was too afeared to jump from, what's it called, loading? The leap.
The leap.
Aye.
The leap is an outcropping of rock nearly 100 feet above the churning water below. Several stone benches stand near this precipitous edge, and a few stone markers sit in the tall grass nearby. Traditionally, the people of Saltmarsh leap from the cliffs into the water below when a loved one drowns at sea. The jump is usually not fatal. The water below the leap is free of rocks, and it is a short swim back to dry land. But all the same, he was too afeared to take the leap. And so he was coming to the temple to try and find some other way to honor his wayward bride.
Yeah. Oh. Psst. Herbert.
Hello, your ladyship. I'm rather busy at the moment.
Oh, your ladyship. I'm not your ladyship. How are you?
It's been hard, to be totally honest. I do thank you for the prayers you gave me. I say them nightly, and they bring me great comfort.
Okay, well, I haven't seen you at the temple in a few days, so if you need more guidance or comfort, you come back anytime.
I do appreciate it. If you keep it under wraps for the other lads, you know, they're not so understanding for temperamental feelings and the such, you understand.
Well, the god Procan is a god of tempests after all. These feelings are natural. They are from you. They have good cause. In appropriate moments, you should feel free to let them out, and I think more moments are appropriate than you are giving them credit for.
Your words are wise and overkind, Sabina, and I do feel a tempest within me when I think of my poor, dear, sweet wife.
I feel like her paws are like behind her in shackles of some sort, and she I think she sort of instinctively tries to wrestle free to just give him a reassuring pat.
Yeah.
From the shackles.
Yeah, you hear the clinking, the jangle of the cuffs as you try to maneuver it.
I have feline agility. Can I give it a try to sort of
give me a sleight of hand.
Instinctively try to just be like, oh.
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand. Give me a sleight of hand.
Puts it back in.
Exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I'm going for.
Oh, that's fabulous. Yeah, that's fabulous.
Did you just pet me? No.
That's 21.
That's awesome. You slide dexterously out of the cuffs and then put them back in.
Herbert, it's all right. You come see me anytime you need to.
Well, you're supposed to be bound.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Turn back! What's that you're gabbing on back there? We met the prisoners, not midwives. Oh, sorry, sir.
You've got one line of dialogue, boy.
Take an inspiration, Kay.
Yay!
That's great. I love that.
Oh, God, Sabina.
No, I love that. That's fabulous.
Fucking sweet.
You arrive at the barracks of the town guard, which also serves as the town jail. Making your way inside, you are directed down a staircase to the holding cells kept in a basement level below the main barracks building. And as you're walking down this long corridors, all along the way are separate holding tanks. Everybody give me a perception check.
A little bit mid tonight. Let's do.
Oh,
Okay.
A bastard 20.
20?
A comfortable 10.
10?
5.
5?
11.
Okay. 20 and 11.
I heard him say,
Most of the cells are empty at this point. You pass by one that's maybe like some drunks just sleeping off, drinking too much for the night. But you pass by a rather gruff-looking fellow wearing what looks to be a tortoise shell as a sort of pauldron across his shoulder. You, sir, notice as you're being pushed through. I think the other two, I think you are just not interested, Meyz. You're kind of, yeah, right. And you are too distracted by all of this that's going on. You happen to know, well, actually, Pippa, why don't you describe your father?
I love Pippa face. Like, you have a distinct Pippa face.
It's very eyes.
Very
You're saying Pippa, and all I hear is Peppa Pig.
he's, my grandfather had a painting of like a sailor on his wall.
Yeah,
In like a yellow raincoat.
like the classic
Like
lobsterman's.
the lobsterman guy.
like Paddington Bear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. It's like if the portrait of the sailor was just like stretched just a little bit, a little more like long and lean than broad, but still like a bigger guy, a little bit of a gut at this point. And gray hair and beard, looks older than he is, and is just somehow colorful. He's a normal human guy, but everything looks a little patched together. He's always a little rosy of cheek, and like Pippa, is kind of always smiling and kind of always wide-eyed and looking around.
Would I know his name?
You would. We established earlier that you know Deacon. I think if you were hanging, or if you spend time around the bars, you know Deacon.
Yeah.
He's this amiable fellow who comes in. He is a grand storyteller. He tells these tall tales of adventures that he went on in his past. And it's just like, it's very comforting, his presence. He goes in, people buy him a drink, buy him a meal, and he just like waxes on for a few hours, and people just enjoy his company. He's like totally amiable and fun and very harmless and sweet.
As I walk by, eye contact, and I go, "Oh, Senor Deacon."
And you had just learned at the bar that Pippa is his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. Senor Deacon, good to see you where you belong. Just kidding.
Are we all together?
Yeah, you would hear. Yeah, you're all moving
So as I say that, I think I'll kind of like look back over to be like, "That's you. Your father's here."
Yeah, drawing your attention to him.
Well, Senor Deacon, where you belong?
Dad!
Oh, that you, Pip?
What have you done?
Oh, Pippa, it's quite the story, if I don't you mind my saying.
I think at this point, I don't know how they've got us. If we're like shackled, are we?
They're kind of moving you along, so you can kind of like take a minute here.
I'm gonna run over, to the bars.
Yeah, and Constable Remus is like, "Oi!" as you make your way. But yeah, you make your way to the bars. Oh, Pip! Oh, lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Can I try to distract the constable while she's doing that?
Sure. What do you do?
I'm gonna go up to him and just be like, "Hey, Senor Constable, I have to take a pee." You understand? I have been drinking for about
30 years.
4 hours. Don't get to the bathroom before you arrested me.
Give me persuasion give me persuasion.
Drinking for about 30 years.
30 years, and here I am. And
How old am I?
Take a piss. 16.
I haven't peed for at least 20.
+4 for 16.
Devil of a UTI.
It's really burning through the nether regions.
I'm responsible for your person, not your willy. But yeah. You managed to bind him up. I'm going to put, I was going to put 30 seconds on. I'm going to put a minute now. You can talk to your father.
Nice. Very cool.
No, senor, you have to understand. I pee here standing up, or you take me to the restroom and...
I stole my ears if I ever had a worse headache.
Oh, Pip, it's lovely to see you.
It's lovely to see you. What has happened?
Oh, it's my fault, Pip.
Did anyone get hurt?
No, of course, nothing like that. I was trying to talk to Buckley over yonder in the other cell, he owes me a bit of money. I was trying to get you something a little nice, you know?
I don't need anything, and I can provide for myself. I actually just did. Wait, what do you need to get out? Do you need money? Do you need coin?
Oh, no, just a good night's sleep will do me right, Pip. They'll let me out in the morning. Look, I know.
Do you promise?
Yeah, time's gotta come where a father has to provide more for his daughter than just tall tales. I was just trying to fix you up with something, Pip.
Oh, I don't need anything. And I certainly don't need you all locked.
Right, come on. We're moving along. Enough of you and your wanker. All right, we got to get all you into a holding cell. You can sort out all your business after the fact.
Well, Captain, I'm going to pee right here then.
Give me another persuasion.
It's already happening. Oh my god.
Christ, are you leaking?
So there's 16.
Broke cans, Pits. Are you pissing on the floor?
It's going into my boots, sir. I can't do anything about it.
I'm gonna give you 30 more seconds.
Oh, piss for the bit. I love this game.
I'll give you one more minute.
One
Here
shoe
we go.
is full. I cannot say about the other one, but I will lean to the other side.
Go.
So wait, you owe someone money?
No, I'm old, Pip.
You're
Old from back in my adventuring days.
Of course. From who?
I've got old Turtleback Buckley over in the other bit.
He's over in the other cell?
Yeah, indeed. And, we was trying to work out a reasonable accord, and he got a little bit upset, and, now we've ended up here. But don't you worry, Pip, it's my old business, nothing you need to concern yourself with.
I want to set this right. What are they telling you? They will let you out in the morning?
Oh, yeah, they're just holding me. They just want a bit more of my company, Pip. Don't you worry.
If you are not home by 9 a.m. tomorrow, sitting at a table with me, well, I don't know what I'll do. I guess I'll come back here and burn the place to the ground. But do you promise? I'll see you tomorrow morning.
I'll be there, Pip. Or you can smash a bottle of champagne across my flank and call me the Queen Mary.
Gladly.
All right, enough of this. I don't care if you piss yourself until you're a pickle. Come on with me.
It's amazing. I am all finished. What can I say?
And we carry on. You make your way. They bring you to the end of the hall and chuck all of you in a holding cell, slamming the door shut. Right. You all just sit and wait real pretty while I talk to them's in charge, and we'll get you set up with where you're meant to be.
And Constable, if I have to go to the bathroom, where do I go? Because my shoes are full.
Then you can cup your hands.
Pleasant.
And he turns on his boots and marches back down the hall. You are left in the waiting cell. There's a little bit of time while you're just kind of waiting until someone else comes to collect you if there's anything anybody wants to do.
See, it's not so bad. There's even a little light from the grate above there. You can catch the clouds. is a toilet in here. I see.
For a few minutes, Sabina seems like really calm and collected, and she's just like, she's meditating, she's praying, she's very introspective and calm, and then she is a cat in a crate. She starts like, it's like a switch flips, and she stands up and she's like clawing at the walls.
She goes and sits and stares at the door.
Yeah. A few minutes of clawing at the walls, and then I'm all right. And then she'll go sit just like directly in front of the door and just stare at it.
What can we see from where we are? Can we see from this waiting area?
Not much. You can see across to the other cell across the hall from you, but there's no one in there. And
I see the door handle. I think it moved a little. No.
I found my dad.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes, I noticed that.
He's here.
And what did you find?
Well, I found that scoundrel Turtleback Buckley, it was his sword. He owes my father money, and apparently they got into a scuffle of some sort or something, and they both ended up here. But he says he'll be out by morning, so hopefully I will too. Oh gosh, what if I don't meet him? I told him to meet me for breakfast. What if I don't meet him?
You said Buckley owes your father money.
Apparently.
Can I make a roll on that? Is that something that seems right to me? What roll would I be making?
Great. That's great.
Does Buckley owe money to people, or do people owe money to Buckley?
Yeah, why don't you give me history? Yeah, history.
A name I'm not very familiar with, but from what I learned tonight from my one foray into the dark underbelly of this city, he knows where to get illicit substances.
I see you've been listening, my dear. 15, DM. 13 plus 2 for 15.
So Turtleback Buckley is a fixer. He's not running his own operation.
No.
If people need something specific, they go to Turtleback Buckley, and he knows how to do it. So he has his hands in a lot of pots. It's not unreasonable that he would owe someone money, but it would be unusual.
Well, this is very interesting that Buckley owes your father money.
Why?
Well, Pippa, Buckley is a fixer. He makes sure that people get what they need when they need it, and for a price. It seems unusual that your father would be owed a sum of money from a fixer, whose job it is to collect money from others.
Unless he were involved in some unsavory aspects himself.
Are you implying that my father lied?
No, Pippa, I am simply implying that perhaps the story is not as simple as it sounds. Keep in mind, I know a little bit more about Buckley than you.
Well, what else do you know?
He is not someone to fuck with. Specifically when you owe him money. His lines run deep in this town.
I bet he bleeds like any.
Should I be worried about him? Even when they get out, is it possible he'll hunt us down for revenge?
You sound excited by that.
You have quite the animated mind, Pippa.
Well, I haven't gotten to do as much as adventuring as my father. I've heard the tales. The Fish King and the Frog People and the Sirens. And I've just wandered up and down the coast for 19 years.
Deegan's a good man, Claudio. He always made me feel welcome when I deigned to enter in the pubs.
I do not say that he is a bad man. I mean, look at his daughter. It shows you how good of a father he has been.
Oh, that's lovely.
But the point that I am trying to make is that...
But what would my father want with Buckley? What sort of things does Buckley often peddle in?
Well, dream dust, to be specific.
Shh. What?
That is what I'm trying to say. Is
Dream dust.
What is...
Did I get that right, DM? Was it dream dust?
Dream mist, actually.
Dream mist.
Dream mist.
I don't know why. I just took on an English accent to whisper.
Dream mist.
What does it do?
Well, it gets you high, that is for sure. I had one too many nights at the bar where I was slipped it into my drink, and before I knew it, I was underneath the galley of a ship.
It is a potent hallucinogenic. It's also good for relieving pain. It's also a little bit addictive, so it needs to be...
Do you think he's in pain?
Like certain mushrooms.
Perhaps. And yes, I think. I wouldn't know.
I would.
Constable, can I get an ale down here? We're going to be here for a while, please.
Piss off!
Right.
More of a piss-on kind of guy.
I don't think they serve ale here.
What? That's okay, I brought my own.
Oh.
He pulls out a cup from like a tin, kind of like small little like
Fabulous.
Oh, perfect. And once all the ale's gone, you can pee in that
pulls
later.
a small little bottle from under his sleeve.
Oh, that's fabulous. I think they even patted you down, but it's so well
Just a
hidden.
nip of rum, and he pours it in, and he just goes, that is the stuff.
Seeing him pull out that little bottle, I'll do like and I'll pull out from my sleeve also a tiny glass bottle and pop the cork and hold it up to it's empty. Hold it up to my lips and whisper into it. What would you want from Buckley? Are you in pain? And then I'll pop the cork back on the bottle and I sort of like roll it in my hand and it's like I'm sending like a little message out to sea and I'll cast message.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Need to see the recipient.
I was wondering that too. It just
Line of
says
sight.
you point towards a creature within range,
What's the range of the spell?
120 feet.
Oh,
Okay, you could do that.
that would be it, right?
You can cast through solid objects if you are familiar with the target.
She sure is.
And I know that he is
Magical
beyond.
silence, 1 foot of stone, et cetera, blocks the spell. So there's
stone
jail walls, but there's like, you know,
Over a foot of
because you're a couple cells removed.
Okay.
So I don't think I could get. Great thought though. Sorry.
I hope that's.
I'll pop the cork, hold it up to my ear.
Just the sound of the ocean.
DM. Oh, God. I'm going to start.
Yes.
Thank you, God.
Hello, God. It's me, Meyz.
God's favorite princess.
A little bit of drool coming out the side of the mouth.
I lick one of my eyeballs. I knew where I was supposed to be tonight, and I'm assuming that I'm supposed to be here too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to look for any traces of messages left around this cell. Whether it could have gotten in through the little grating above, or could have gotten in, like, or written on the stones underneath. I'm just going to start, like...
Do they need to be connected to the ocean?
Not necessarily.
Great.
As far as she understands it, there might be some clue as to what she's supposed to do next here. So, for lack of anything else to do, she's going to start scouring.
Maybe there's one corner where there's some like just a soft drip coming from the ceiling, either from the floor above or just the dampness of the air outside being funneled in. But there's one corner where there's just like a little trickle of gently dropping into and we'll say like maybe a little pool of water in one corner.
Yeah.
Kind of scouring the place, you look into this small pool of dank, grimy water in the corner of this cell. And for a moment, you just see the floor beneath and maybe your own reflection dimly back in this small pool. But then it starts, as another drop falls from the ceiling and connects with it, the ripples are spread out across. And suddenly the floor beneath this small pool fades away. And you see the inky blackness of the depths, as if looking through a window, a porthole to the bottom of the sea. And you see a white sea snake through this vision swim across your field of view and turn back in on itself, almost forming like a figure 8, going in a cyclical sort of infinite motion. Kay loves this shit.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
That's it. I was trying to think of the term.
Ouroboros. One of those two.
And you see it moving in sort of perfect synchronicity. And then you see emerging from the darkness beneath, at first, the whiteness and brightness of shark teeth emerge from the depths below and snap closed around this coiling serpent. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wow.
Okay. Do wisdom save. Oh.
Not great, Bob. Not great.
A measly 10.
Oh
dear.
As the jaws close around the coiling snake, you feel an icy cold grip into your chest and a sort of sliver run through your mind. You're going to take 5 psychic damage.
Oh, fuck. Well, there goes my temporary hit points.
Oh, no.
And you're kind of like thrust back. And I think just as you kind of like, before you get a moment to combobulate yourself, the cell door swings open again across the room. And you see Constable Reams standing again in the open way.
She almost goes to summon her blade and just holds a second, freezes, and then shrinks back into herself.
Constable Reeves standing in the open door has one of those big ring of keys, and he's kind of like winding it around his finger, making a satisfying jingle sound as he spins them about. And he says, well. You lot must be right, proper and fancy. It's not every day that petty criminals are called in to be seen by council members, much less two. Come with me, yeah?
Should I take this to mean you've heard the entire story and know without a doubt that we were only acting in self-defense and the defense of the town at large, and we're free to go?
I've delivered the whole story. What's to be done of it is not mine to say. That's why I'm bringing you to the councilman.
Oh.
Right, ladies, behind me, I guess. And,
Fall in, eh? And he starts just walking back down the hallway.
Duck through the cell.
Claude will follow behind him and would like to slip from the waist of his belt, his thieves' tools, and attempt to pick the lock on your father's cell.
Are we passing by there?
You'll be going back by it. It's going to be hard because it's going to be really fast. But if you want to try it, give me a sleight of hand.
I'm going to give it a try. The worst that can happen is that I fail, and
It's going to be really hard. It's an intricate process picking a lock, and you're not going to have a lot of time. But give it a shot.
That is a natty 19 for a 24. Ooh. Plus 5 sleight of hand.
Okay, sure. So as you're making your way back down the hallway, what do you do? How do you cover it?
Yeah, so...
Well, and in fact, actually, give me a stealth check, too. You've successfully done the lock. Whether or not you're seen is another matter.
How do you cover it? I'm peeing!
They just about to say, "Oh, I'm sorry!
Help!
Just give me again, and the right foot is full now. I have to empty the left one." 14.
Let's give Constable Reams. I'm going to give it disadvantage because he's leading you out. Yeah, all right. Yeah, how do you cover yourself?
Okay, so I think I'm walking by, and I just imagine there's like this staircase that kind of goes up from where the dungeon is. And just as he turns that corner,
Sure, yeah, right.
you see me, and I look back at Pippa, and I give her a wink, and I you see me pull out of my back pocket. You see a little ringlet with like 3 metal tongs on it, and he slams up against the cell. And what is your father's name?
Deacon.
I go, "Deacon, stand back." And the cell opens, and I go, "Good luck, my friend." And I kind of just start walking,
just leaving it a little bit ajar, and that's okay. Great, that's sick. The rest of following your way behind.
Yeah, I think I'll keep walking, but sort of like looking back over my shoulder as the door like.
Yeah, just creaks a little bit open.
And I'll just mouth, "See you at home."
Great, fabulous. So yeah, you make your way. You are taken back up the stairs.
I can't believe that worked.
That's D&D, baby.
I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. Oh my God, if I had a nickel for every time. What was the moment where I did that?
It was when you did bestow curse on the abbot.
Oh, right. I bestowed curse on the abbot. Oh, I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this.
I didn't get this far. Okay, so making your way up, you are led deeper through the barracks, down a long hallway to an austere door. It has the green reed, which is the symbol of Saltmarsh, emblazoned into its wood, also surrounded with a little bit of a circlet of fire, which is a new addition. And as the door...
We know this to be... Is that a royalty symbol? The circlet of fire?
Why don't you give me a history check?
Oh!
Okay. Ring of fire. Turn the ring of fire.
Down. Okay, yeah, that's a natty 18 for a 20, dirty 20.
Based on that sigildry and where in the barracks you're being taken to, you would assume you are being taken to the private quarters of Eleander Fireborn, the captain of the guard and town councilman.
All right, everyone, time to sober up. As he takes a swig.
Only two, right, ruffian, says Constable Reams as he knocks in like quick syncopation on the door and then hears in kind another series of knocks on the door. He then turns the handle and opens it up, and you are immediately lit by a very soothing, warm glow as you enter into these private chambers. Inside, across the room, at an enormous writing desk, you see a man, still in full plate armor, with a helmet on and the visor tipped slightly down, covering his eyes, but you can see a pipe extending from beneath the tilted visor with smoke gently rising out of it. The only sound is the ticking of a grandfather clock and the scraping of a pen as you enter in. Inside, the sigildry of Kjoland is emblazoned across many of the surfaces. And as you enter in, this gentleman lifts his head up, and you see he's got a great austere white beard that comes to a fine, fine point. And out of the crook of his mouth, he's holding this pipe, and he kind of like grumbles and moves it and like shifts his teeth a little bit, switching it from one side of his mouth to the other and sending out a puff of smoke, which kind of like lifts up into the air as he looks appraisingly at all of you and says, well, we've had quite the night, haven't we?
Well, yes, you should have seen it. We were having a lovely time at the bar. And then these two gents, perhaps they knew each other from before and had a beef, and it just kicked off right there. And we did all we could to suppress it non-violently. And we did have the victim was a pair of pants, if you'll believe it.
I've been inundated with the current events of the night, if it so please you. I have all I need to know, and I have enough to know that I've got enough to put you all in jail.
For what?
Armed assault, property damage, disturbing the peace, take your pick. Any of them are enough to... I, at this very moment, for any of those, could throw you in the bin for up to 4 years.
4 years!
Senior Captain, it is obvious that we were caught in the middle of a bar fight, and if there's anything that we, collectively, could do to perhaps minimize our sentence or be on the up and up.
Sentence? What sentence? 4 years!
Well, you know, be on the up and up with the people of Saltmarsh. That is perhaps the way we would like to go.
As you finish speaking, this extension of goodwill, a voice responds from behind you, down the hall which you just came down. That is exactly what I was thinking. And another man walks into the room, this a much younger man, with long, blonde, fine, feathery, almost elven hair. He is human, but it's tied back in a...
Fucking elves.
In like a half up, half down kind of long, flowing locks. Bright blonde with beautiful blue eyes. A handsome young man in resplendent crimson leather armor makes his way into the room. Give me a history check.
Yeah.
11.
Okay. 15.
Mm-hmm.
15.
The 2 15s. You would have heard of this individual since, Constable Reams mentioned 2 council members. You can only assume this to be Anders Solmore. Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Anders, what was his last?
Anders Solmore, a very young yet popular member of the town council. The young heir recently come into his family's fleet of fishing ships after the untimely demise of his mother. He makes his way into the room and says, Councilman Fireborn, I think both of us can recognize the unusual circumstances in which we find ourselves. Any other moment? Sure. A ruffian such as these, toss them in the bin, teach them a lesson, they'll come out resplendent. But these are desperate times, Commander Fireborn, and times which we, as council members, and I hope I can hazard to say so amongst your distinguished company, that we have not yet quite been able to meet, powerful and influential as we are. Commander Fireborn again switches the pipe from one side to the other side of his mouth and sends out another little spurt of smoke. You'll not be talking your way out of this one, Anders. I've got them. I could poke them away for 4 years with the stroke of a pen if I wanted to. You might. Yeah, sure. You could. But where would that get us? People would still talk. Fights would still break out. Fear would still invade the heart of our people.
The man does... Captain, does have a solid point. I mean, we have a particular set of skills, it seems, and perhaps our hands are tied.
And in times of great need, is that not when you need individuals of unusual and exemplary skill? Would you not agree, pragmatist that you are?
I say yes, exactly what he says, yes.
I know what you're on about, Anders, and I'll not have it. I know you want leave for your little expedition, but you'll not rankle me. I know my business. That house, it's old fishwife tales. There's not wrong with that house, except for the upholstery, I tell you now. And Anders calmly fires back. Whether or not Mosshamel Manor is haunted, the trouble it's been causing, ghosts or no, is all too real. We need an expedition to root out the cause of these troubling rumors. And here we are, gifted with 4 individuals with skills enough to take an entire tavern full of brawlers well in hand. I don't even think there's a scratch on them after that tussle with those rough and tumble types.
Oh no, we feel wonderful, ready for adventure.
Claude spits out a tooth.
It's not his tooth.
So I say, send them. If they can discover the cause of these mysterious happenings, then their sentences can be commuted for services rendered on behalf of the town. If they fail, throw them in and you'll not hear boo from me. Huh?
Anders,
It is by the respect I owed your mother that I don't toss you out of my office right now. I respect your gumption, lad. You know I do. But you have to think about these things. Pragmatism in these dangerous times is what is needed. Action is what is needed in these dangerous times. Would you not all agree?
Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
I would also like to say that I have always paid my bar tab on time. I think that is an important note.
For my part, my business is to ensure the safety of the folk of Saltmarsh. And if I am kept away, some will likely fall to prey to others who would not have had I been free.
That is you, then, the Serpent of the Shallows.
Meyz is also fine.
I know of you. Though I have never had the pleasure, please do excuse my rudeness and lack of proper introductions.
Not used to that, thank you.
I think you could speak to any one of my superiors, and they would all agree that I've had a positive effect on the Temple of Procan since my arrival.
Oh, yes. That tabaxi. I've heard report. You aim to establish a worship of Talos in our fair town.
My worship is my own, but I seek to serve the people of this town.
Captain. Come on. You know the normal sort that you bring to the jail cells. You know how long they stay. You know how long you keep them. 1 month, maybe 2. Why, hell, you have seen me. A week and 2 weeks. Wouldn't you rather us go off and do something to help the town? Especially me.
Pretty fucking please, Captain.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, baby.
Come on. Otherwise, I would just be in my cups again.
What about this one then, eh?
You know me. Don't pretend you don't.
Your father's a right troublemaker, I'll say, stirring up folks with stories and nonsense.
So let her clear his name.
Yes, let me.
At the very least, Councilman 5-1, think of your own interest. If they succeed, these strange happenings may perchance cease, and the fish will return. If that is what's causing the root of all this trouble, as the people say, let us not discredit the wisdom of the humble folk, for they live amongst the salt sea and blades of grass and know their turnings better than any of us in our lofty towers could ever assume.
Can I make a sleight of hand check to see if I can pick the lock on my...
Sure.
Just for shits and giggles, just to be like a moment.
While we're here.
While he's rolling, how old is this?
How old is Orlando
Anders? Orlando Bloom? He's a dashing young man. Let me see. Hang on, loading.
Wait a minute. That's a natty 19.
Buddy boy.
For a 24.
You get out of there, whether or not you want to reveal.
He just like, he undoes his things and he goes, and he looks at the captain and he goes, so, Captain. We can either help you or we can just sit here in the cell.
Oh, you're full of trouble. I know the sort when I see it. I can smell it on you.
That, I think you'll find, is the urine.
It is in my right shoe.
I mean, in fairness, is it better not to wield a blade than to be stabbed by it yourself?
Everybody give me a persuasion. We're going to do
Love
one of our favorite accumulative persuasion rolls, and Anders is also going to join you.
So bad at persuasion, though. Okay, here we go.
Fuck.
Nope, that's an 8.
It's cumulative.
Yes, I know.
8?
Total of 3.
It's an 8. It's cumulative. No, I know what I say. It's an 8.
So 8, 11,
16.
16.
Oh, great, good.
That gives us 27.
21.
Ooh, that gives us 48. And Anders rolled a 19.
I am not the talker. That's fine.
Anders rolled a 19.
You can have it.
All right. He looks around at all of you, and you can see his face kind of beginning to turn a deeper shade of red. And he pumps a mailed fist into his desk, and he's,
Damn it! You appeal to my sense of pragmatism and getting things done. Fine. Form your task.
but be it on your head.
Anders.
They are your responsibility. If they begin to run rampant, the cost will be extracted from your flesh. Am I made clear? Perfectly, my friend. Well, I think we're of an accord then. And he turns to all of you and says, we ready to get to work? And that's where we'll call it.
Darkened Tides is Kay, that's me, as Sabina Vani, Ned as Claudio, Fortuna, Rodrigo, Montebanc, Campbell as Pippa Quintelpass, Ree as Meyz, and Trevor as your DM.
We're devils and black sheep and really bad eggs. Drink up, me patrons, yo-ho!
Special shout out to our newest patrons, Beth Harding, Manjo Singh, Carter, and Queen Beku.
Welcome aboard, mateys.
Welcome back to Patreon Corner with Campbell. That was it, y'all. That was the last episode of Darkened Tides you're gonna get, unless you join our merry band over on Patreon at the $10 Artie's Animal Companions tier. $10. It's less than a Wendy's spicy chicken combo. I know, because I love a Wendy's spicy chicken combo. And they now cost $10.59 before you add a Frosty. And of course you're gonna add a Frosty. You need more incentive, you say? That's cool, I'm a teacher. I love to incentivize. Let me start by apologizing for lying to you last week when I said we have 400 posts waiting for you on Patreon. I was wrong, because today I published the 600th Patreon post. 600 treats waiting for you there, including the Pinterest boards that Kay made when she was dreaming up Kaz and Winnie's birthday party outfits, our 85-piece fan art gallery featuring the work of the most sensational nerdy artists in our orbit, and a bunch of shit with me dancing in it. There's a video of me developing choreography for a production of Frankenstein. There's one of me teaching a combo to my acting company that you can dance along with. Let's get physical. Go check it out. We work hard on the Patreon, and we are doubling down on our efforts right now in order to get our stories out there while keeping our small business sustainable for us as artists. So it's the perfect time to join. The next episode of the Strahdcast comes out on Sunday, May 11th, Mother's Day. Thank you, moms. All right, you heard Anders at the end of the episode. It's time to get to work, savvy?